I mentioned last week that as part of my plan to get better sleep, I'm going to start exercising regularly. So it's time to bust out the jock jams and get my fitness on.
Y'all ready for this?
Does that look familiar? That's been my relationship with fitness for most of my adult life. I get pumped up about getting in shape, and then a week or two later I'm back to lying on the floor or sitting on the couch eating ice cream, promising to do something tomorrow or the next time January 1st rolls around. Wanting to get in shape is easy. That happens every time I see a picture of myself where I didn't have the chance to suck in my gut. It's the execution of that desire that isn't so easy. But why? For me, it's a mixture of the wrong motivation and the curse of perfectionism. Perfectionism. It's no secret that America has a bit of a problem. We live in a world of ab wheels, Bowflexes, thigh masters, and who can forget the shake weight. But of course, fitness isn't confined to the dark corner of late-night infomercials. It's been dressed up and presented to us in prime time in the form of reality TV shows like The Biggest Loser. And the Fitbit craze continues to sweep the nation. Of course, that shouldn't come as a big shocker. We reward the physically fit. We adore professional athletes and attractive movie stars. Just look at their paychecks and millions of fans. But it's not just in Hollywood circles where fitness is rewarded. Studies have found that there is a bias against overweight job applicants. We have been conditioned for years, with echoes of Darwinism ringing in our ears, that the physically fit get the job, get the girl, get the fame, get the power. Survival of the fittest. Isn't it great? Unfortunately, it's this extreme focus on the superficial social advantages of having a small waist or bulging biceps, which leads to a dramatic decrease in gym attendance in February compared to January. Because guess what? Becoming and staying as fit as Chris Evans takes a lot of work. I've always struggled with exercise. I have asthma. This, of course, doesn't help the funny tendency I have to get extremely lightheaded during vigorous exercise. Throw in the fact that I get super competitive, and you've got a formula which has resulted in many a puking session in my life. Thing is, I'm constantly pushing it too hard. So after a tough workout, I end up looking like the Grim Reaper's ugly little brother. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And that can be extremely frustrating for a perfectionist like me. Most of us, including myself, have been looking at fitness the wrong way for too long. We see it as a means to a superficial end. The vehicle used to shed the pounds to get rid of that double chin. And superficial reasons often don't withstand the amount of effort it actually takes. But the benefits of physical fitness go way beyond the possibility of a hot bod, decreased risk for diabetes, certain kinds of cancer, high blood pressure, and on and on and on. But beyond that, there are outstanding mental and emotional benefits as well. Exercise enhances the action of endorphins running through your body. In addition, it stimulates the release of neurotransmitters like serotonin in your brain. These and other effects combine for a strong punch against depression, anxiety, and stress. So maybe it's time to stop looking at fitness as yet another cosmetic necessity to keep up with all the bros and Kardashians out there, and start looking at it as a way to increase the quantity and quality of the years you have left on this planet. So find a deeper meaning and purpose behind getting in shape. For me, it's all about limiting my limitations. Ooh, I like that. Limit your limitations. There are a lot of things I want to do before I end up kicking the bucket. After all, the truly memorable moments in your life aren't going to happen from the TV. But there are some things I currently can't do or won't be able to do in the future because my body isn't getting the exercise it needs. So it's time to start limiting those limitations by getting up and moving. Here's my goal. I want to lose 15 pounds in 90 days. Here's the plan. I'm going to complete the full P90X program.
What?
Yes. Maybe you haven't had the problem of finding the right reason to exercise. You just haven't been able to stick with it. I've started the P90X program multiple times. It is hard, and because of that, I've never actually finished the program. Sorry, Tony Horton. I let my pride and perfectionism get in the way, deciding to give up rather than stick with it. But I love Tony Horton's mantra: do your best and forget the rest. So no more excuses. But in 3 or 4 weeks, I'm probably gonna want to quit. So it's nice to have some extra motivation. In a book called Willpower, Dr. Roy Baumeister explains that while self-monitoring or accountability is great, public accountability helps increase your willpower. So public updates on Facebook and this YouTube channel are going to happen. In addition, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I joined a little thing called dietbet.com. It's where you buy into a game, $30, where you have to meet a certain goal, losing 4% body weight in 4 weeks. Everyone who accomplishes the goal gets to split the pot at the end. It's pretty neat. Check it out. I'm doing one hosted by Chris Powell. Basically, he's awesome. Look him up. And finally, it's important to do things you love that incorporate physical activity. Push-ups and sit-ups are important, but they get boring pretty quickly if they're not helping you accomplish other goals. So I'm playing hockey at least once a week and going to more drop-in games. Of course, exercise is just one piece of the puzzle for a truly healthy life. So tune in the future as I talk about nutrition. Until then, this has been Brent's 2 cents. Now get off that couch and start moving.